Let's learn about different types of machine learning or different types of model. The first one is supervised learning. In supervised learning, the model is trained using labeled data. A labeled data has a kind of attribute attached to it. For example, the picture of a pet or animal can be mapped to a label that is dog or a cat. Or for example, an email can be labeled as spam or not spam. The objective of supervised learning is to learn a mapping from the input features to their corresponding outputs. And this is used for regression and classification tasks. In classification tasks, the output is either 1 or 0. For example, the pet is either cat or dog. In regression, the output is continuous. For example, it can be 5 or it can be 1.5, it can be 2, it can be any value. It's not only 0 or 1. We also have unsupervised learning. In unsupervised learning, we deal with data where output label or target values are not provided. It's not like the animal is cat or dog. There are pictures of animals, there is no output. The aim is to find patterns or structures in the data, like grouping similar data points together. This is useful for tasks such as dimensionality reduction and anomaly detection. When a problem has too many dimensions to it and it's hard to solve it, we can run it through an unsupervised machine learning model and then group the similar dimensions, and therefore we can assume that we have a problem with fewer dimensions and we just treat the similar dimensions as one dimension. And also anomaly detection is a common use case in cybersecurity. We also have reinforced learning. In reinforced learning, the agent or the machine learns to make the decisions by interacting with an environment. For example, a robot vacuum cleaner will be put in a room with lots of objects in it. Every time the agent or the robot vacuum cleaner bumps into one of the objects, we penalize it and we give it like -1. And if the agent, or in our case, the robot vacuum cleaner, avoids an object correctly, we reward it and we give it like 1. The aim is to learn a policy that maximizes the rewards. So by that policy, when we put the robot vacuum cleaner in a new room, it knows that what object has to be avoided and what object doesn't need to be avoided. The next one is semi-supervised learning. Semi-supervised learning uses both supervised and non-supervised learning for the best result. This is useful when the labeled data is rare. We don't have many of them, so we don't have a data set of labeled data that is big enough to train the model correctly. So in that case, we use whatever labeled data we have, and also we use the unlabeled data. Self-supervised learning. The model generates its own supervision by predicting the parts of the input data based on the other parts. For example, masked language modeling is a technique that is used in natural language processing that is used in products such as GPT. For example, we can use a sentence like the one that you see on the top, a quick, and then empty space, fox jumps over, again a blank space, dog. And then the machine learning model guesses that what words fit in that empty space, and also over time it learns about punctuations, grammar, and things like that. Now that we have learned about different types of machine learning, from now on we focus on supervised machine learning, and in the next lecture we will deep dive into classification and regression problems in machine learning.